Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday. And listen, we have Fall Cane Immersion right around the corners coming up in September. So time to start sharing more about Sobrevivencia and the theme, which is flow, as in cane flow. So today we're looking at the invisibility factor of Sobrevivencia. It's one of the things that truly makes the art unique. But before we jump into that, as always, a warm welcome to all. If you're new here, before we both forget, go ahead, if you love this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button with the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content. And avail yourself. You have free resources. The most important one by far, the no-cost cane clarity call. Just text the letter CCC to the number on the screen, and in less than 24 hours, we will be on a phone call with you discussing what it is that attracts you to the cane and these cane arts. More importantly, how is it that you can get trained where you are with us here at the headquarters and answer all your questions. It's going to save you tons of time, funds, and frustration. And also, whether it's ACSD or Sobrevivencia, there are Facebook groups, private Facebook groups, that all you have to do is request entry and they will let you right in. Listen, the concept of invisibility in Sobrevivencia, what is that all about? And it has to do with, I want you to think of, if I were to summarize it, you always hear me say that the most effective strikes are the ones that the opponent does not see coming. But in SV, it extends way beyond that. It is, in essence, there is a bit of deception as part of the strategy, and you're giving in to get your way. That is the topic of this month's content for those of you that are annual members, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. So I'm going to share a bit of that, and I want to preface it by saying that these applications, these concepts, these principles, there are other dynamics into it that I'm not going to get real heavy. I'll mention them here. One of them is, for instance, the verbal skill set that goes with a model, a response model that an SV4, just to make it simple, is divided into three areas. So there is an anticipation model, there is a suspension model, there is a waiting model, and each one of those is tied into how it is that you're going to respond. Not just physically, what's the strategy behind it, what are the verbals behind it that are going to allow you to get out of there, because that's how you win with Sobrevivencia. That's how you don't have to be bigger, stronger, faster. So I'm going to give you, first of all, let's just look at the movement, because the movements come from the use of the tool of the cane. And in Sobrevivencia, everybody, this concept, this guard, which moves from here to here, it's taken from the way you walk, right? And we've demonstrated this so many times before. So you do this, you have this movement. So moving here, whether it be forward, whether it be back, and coming from down up, for instance, and then coming right back down. These are all methods and ways that are designed to create distance. There are timing factors, so I'm going to give you a look at this, and I'm going to have Vanessa also work this so that you see it from a bigger body coming from up down and what that might look like. But here's the idea. You're up close, and somehow this individual takes a hold and now is winding up to come in here. And you're using a set of verbals. You don't want any trouble. You don't want anything that's going on here. So with the movement, just look at the movement of the cane here, right? Coming from here to here. We're moving here. We're moving in these concepts of bringing off balance, coming in, striking in. Let me show you how that movement in particular translates into something with the empty hand. So here it is. Now, look at what the issue is. If I put up my hands here and I do anything to knock this over, I want you to take a look at it, and I might have this, but what it's doing is it's prepping her. It's letting her know immediately, the minute I put my hands up or I go to do anything, that, hey, she's going to be dealing here with something. If instead of doing that, we come in here and create that, notice that the hand is down, but I do secure with a contact point. As I move back and she's cocking, back to strike, just the raising when you do the walking in Sobrevivencia, I'm going to exaggerate it, I'm going to tilt it a little bit so that you see it. But you're moving. If you go to exaggerate the way that you walk, it's a move. Oh, see it down here, it comes, that knocks the head down and now starts intercepting. Look at where my hand is, to strike on that bridge of the nose, to go into the eyes, to come in with that form to that shot. In other words, it has nothing to do, I'm not doing this and looking down. All I did was secure it with a contact point, and as I draw back and away from, that concept of bringing up the cane comes up through the center, through the middle. The autonomics of it brings your head down, and now you're stepping in, right, to go ahead, and now that leaves it open. That's how you magnify. It's a strike there that's hidden, but it's very different than if I come here and I'm already prepared and, you know, I'm looking. No. It's something that happens very relaxed, almost like, oh, you're turning, oh, there it is. Oh, boom, there's the strike. Now from here, this is secured. Don't move. That's the secured grip, right, that comes in here. See, right? In this case, wood on bone hurts. Oh, there's the tap. You see how it throws off the biomechanics? And then you can have the strike here, or in other ways, move her away from, a variety of ways to do it. And I want to show you this. I'm going to show here. So I come in here, and then, and I want to emphasize the verbals. Hey, you know,
Get back. No,
yeah,
go away.
we want something a lot softer than the aggressive verbals. Got it? So I'm not going with just the contrary of that. It's more along the lines like, hey, you know, it's almost like, hey, you got me. And I'm going to break down some of that. But here it comes, and now I'm moving in. See, I don't want the yanking into this. So you're going to have to like really soften this whole thing up, move back, and just find it here, right? Right, and even less than that pull, even less. I'm coming, so, and there it is, and now, oh, there it is, and now, see, we have the follow-up and everything else. Did you hear those verbals? Those verbals back off, get away. All that's going to do is going to heighten me. Right, and this is why those response models in SV are so important, because it's like, hey, no, listen, what do you, right, that's different. Or, listen, I'm sorry, no, don't do. You see, it draws, but it draws only to, right, to get in there. So you're opening it just a bit. The other thing that I want to point your bring your attention to, is this movement that comes up. Notice where our hands are. So just remove the cane from me. Did you see this? Did you see this? Let me tell you why that's important. So if I come here and I don't bring anything, this is wide open. She sees that. When I do this and I put the hand, she's gonna have to punch through and or around this. She's gonna have to come around. So this is no longer open like she thought it was. I'm not gonna try to be faster by doing this. I'm just gonna move away, and when I bring it up, there it is, and the biomechanics that she would have to come around. She's never gonna get there, is she? Because my hands are already there. My hands are already in this position. So, and that's what I wanted to get across to you. It's not just the concept of invisibility magnifies the effect of the response, and in this case, the strike, because it's something that you don't see coming, you're not expecting, but it's all done by design in SV to create that effect. And how do you learn this best? So, you got two ways. The only place in the world that you can learn this art and learn it directly from the founder, and I'm not the founder of SV, by the way, that would be Maestro Eduardo Ruiz. I'm simply the individual who is leading this or heading it and translating for them and developing things so that you can understand it better, translating basically. But the way that you learn it, you have two ways. You come down to Miami for these immersions, right? Because you're not going to see Maestro Ruiz out there. He's a bit of a hermit with all these matters. But there is an annual membership where he does participate and he does get involved. And listen, it is tremendous value. What you're looking for is the SV annual membership, which comes out to less than $1 per day. Read about it in the description. But before you do any of that, give us a call. Schedule the call. We schedule it so that we can give you our undivided attention. Text the letter CCC to the number on the screen. Let's have a conversation, not just about SV, but any other questions that you might have, so that before you invest in anything, you get exactly what you want and what's going to work best for you. And in that annual members, this month, I'm elaborating on this concept in a variety of situations and putting it all together. But I'm just giving you a taste of what that concept of invisibility and going really toned down, and that deception strategy, which is essentially a way of, it appears like you're giving in, but it's really so that you can get your way. All right, so let me know your thoughts on that, and thanks for watching. As always, keep caning, stay safe.